battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Tiberian Dawn Global League will be back shortly after this brief intermission. So, I got sent a replay by Mr. Blackhand actually quite a while ago, but I just found it in my DMs because he DM'd me again about something unrelated, more related to the PC, so which I'm very grateful about. And I just found this little replay snack, basically, between two players, one of whom I have very fond memories of. So, you may be wondering about those names. Those are Smurf names. Sensi is actually Donb, and let me tell you about Donb. He had been on the competitive scene, or he had been playing OpenRA before even I did, before I had discovered it. And then, when I discovered it, I started looking up competitive events. It was posted by So Scared, and that was, I think, one of the first games I ever spectated. Donb versus someone else. In a little tournament that So Scared and others had been hosting. And that was basically, that served as my entry point to my OpenRA addiction. That was pretty cool. So I've got a long and storied history, let's put it that way, with watching Donb take names or his name being taken. I don't actually remember if he lost or won the game. That's fair enough. So, Donb is squaring off against Biazao here. Biazao? Yeah, that's his actual name. Biazao trying to cover his NG, cover his rear. And there is a little formation, a little breach. Oh, with the dog. With the dog, he's going to be able to sniff it out, but the NG gets taken out, so mission accomplished for these boys. And the dog gets killed to boot. That's been pretty good for Donb already. So yeah. Donb, and this game hasn't been chosen randomly, it's just that Blackhand told me it's apparently really good. So let's keep an eye out for that one. TDGL is still in full swing, and I've got a bunch of replays. Oh no, Grenadiers as well. That was smart. That was really smart from Sensi. He immediately sold off as well. That's pretty awesome. That was well played. Oh, this is the map with jungle sounds, by the way. We're gonna have to live with that for a while now. So what's happening here is he killed a power plant, and he actually effectively denied another engineer, because as clutch as the reaction was from Sensei to immediately repair the power plant, it cost him an engineer regardless, so probably not the best of deals. So he's got his third NG out. He's on double refinery, which means as soon as he pops down his war factory, he's going to be in low power for a brief hot second. So definitely mission accomplished for the early game harassment of Donb. And he went war factory first. So this kind of slows down your opponent's start. And that's what you want with a war factory opener, so I guess that kind of made sense. Oh, he went double ref into ref cell. That was because it was on one power plant before, I think. Didn't want to be low power. And it's okay to sell your second refinery if you're building a third one anyway. Which looks to be the case. Yep, 13 seconds on that. So yeah, this is kind of a nostalgia trip for me. I discovered it, I think, 6 or 7 years ago. No, wait. It's more than 7. My lord. I started casting in 2015. Summer of 2015, that is. So I've been going strong on the casting front for apparently 7 years. Jeez Louise. And yeah, it's been a wild ride ever since. The meta has definitely evolved. Back then it was just people throwing stuff at the walls and seeing what sticks, which was also fun in its own right. Now it's more fleshed out. It's kind of akin to what I read up recently about chess, where during Renaissance times it was basically the go-to sport for the nobles, because they didn't want to get their hands dirty, so chess was kind of deemed appropriate for them. And there was no meta developed just yet. It was just people randomly moving their boards, their pieces across the board. That's kind of the early days of OpenRA as well. And yeah, that's what Donb stands for, but he definitely has evolved in his own right. Okay, back to the matches. And TD is going to be back on the menu next week. I just don't want to oversaturate the channel, because there is always, I would say, a 60% majority of people prefers RA over TD. And the rest are more open to both mods. Ooh, nice harassment. Gets out with his APC scot-free, Donb, parking his APC in the infantry lines and getting it back to safety of the service depot. So he got away with his fairly greedy build because he went... yeah, it's only 5 harvesters now. He's got his... Let's see, 5 minute 10 MCV. That's realistically not that bad. Heavy tank build out for Sensi, who is just starting to crank up the aggression. He does not have an expansion. Oh, he does have an expansion here. No, but never mind. He was just early with the expansion. So, slight econ lead for the time being for Sensi. Plus, he's got his first tank out now. But infantry formation relatively compact already for Donb. See, that's something that I would have never commented on that 7 years ago. 7 years ago, one of those players would have rushed the tech center by now and started building a new truck. There was just no way around that. It was a wild time. It was the Wild West of OpenRA. Good hustle. And with that, yeah, infantry production is cranking up here as well. It was also the time of the 1 barracks meta, and I was definitely a slave to the 1 barracks build for the longest time. Because I was like, no, I want to have fewer units, but I want to micro them to perfection. So it was like longbow rush, MiG rush, oh yeah. The good stuff. But infantry are very, very effective. Some flamethrowers being mixed in from Sensi, which I like. Especially in those wide formations, because they do not only make infantry go prone, they also dish out some significant AoE. Not to be underestimated. Plus they've got insane range, which is something that you're never really expecting. Okay, focus fire is on this one rifle here. Ah, finally focus fire is onto the heavy tank for now. So this is going to be a good engagement for Sensi, who is pushing forward, but he's going to be facing off against a flame tower shortly. Gets the advantage of killing the first tank, plus a couple infantry on the way out. So the squad definitely being pushed back a little. Harvesters being pulled to the front lines. That must have been a misclick. Oh no. So thus far, good hustle. Good aggression from Sensi, who is now going for the main base. Ooh, this could be spicy. Are we going to be seeing a base trade already? The good old 7-minute base trade. Okay, this... Oh, that was Grens. Amounted to nothing, but almost got down a refinery. Yep, that's it. Flamethrowers being flamed down. That is quite a rare sight here. But at significant losses and a great concave for Donb, who is going to be waltzing all over this infantry patch in just a moment as soon as the front lines are dead. He's going to be waltzing all over this. Yep. That was basically just a couple concrete, a couple husks melting into the ground here, burning down. Yeah, that was a sizable loss for overcommitment for Sensi. Tank from Donb gets pulled back, has done some damage to the harvester. Ooh. This is relatively unguarded, all things considered. Very forward-facing radar. I think that got revealed by the tank almost immediately. We're gonna take a look into Sensi's... Yep, Sensi saw the radar. He's also gonna be seeing all those dudes, all the infantry coming in. This would be the time for V2 rocket launches at right now. But Sensi has more econ in mind. Tank gets melted. He himself is opting, for a secret expansion. I think that's really smart. Your opponent is not going to have this on the radar for quite a while. And if he manages to get an engineer in and fix this bridge, this is going to be a source of rich income. By the way, this is one of those... This is an RHL map, and I completely missed the gems. 2 times in a row, I think. Yeah, that would be a really good call. Basically a hidden expansion. It's not as hidden, it's not like in some StarCraft maps, because there is no line of sight blocker. Okay, this time I think the concave is gonna be favoring Sensi. So I'm gonna have to take a minute to get used to the name. Yep. Absolutely great tank movement. The tank's soaking up all the damage, taking almost none in return, and pushing out Donb completely. He lost 2 harvesters for that from a random dispatch of infantry, so that's kind of a slip of attention, but he won the engagement very decisively. Oh, that army graph. That is going off a cliff. That is a steep, yeah, that's a stark decline. Are we going to be seeing any tech? Oh, Donb is going for the V2s. Always remember to put the safety on, put them on hold fire. That's the way you play V2s. You wanna shoot for the center of mass almost immediately. Yeah, the siege is about to commence. He does not yet have a yak out, but the airfield is about to come online. 5 harvesters here. Oh, he's gonna reveal this by moving next to the old Derrick. That's not a good move. That's, by the way, automatic pathing. That was just the... Ah, he noticed it. Good hustle. That was just the ore refinery pad being blocked for a second, and so the harvester decided to go on a stroll, a leisurely stroll across the map again. Yeah, that happens if we have too many harvesters on one refinery. I think Donb knows. Yeah, this has now certainly been revealed. Tesla Quill push is on as well. The V2s are just waiting. Oh my goodness, is Donb actually patient enough to just wait it out and pull the trigger with the V2s as soon as the infantry engages? That would be such a 200 IQ move. I mean, the 100 IQ move is starting to harass with yaks, but the 200 IQ move is keeping your V2s hidden and just firing them into the blob as soon as your opponent overcommits. He's got V2s spread out pretty much everywhere. Alright, that's an interesting approach. There is gonna be a dead harvester. That was a nice little push. What are the V2s doing? Not so certain. Ooh, that was already a good opening salvo. Is it gonna be in time to save the war factory? Huh? No commitment onto the war factory. I think the war factory is gonna stay strong. Yeah. All good. The attack move command, even the yaks chiming in, chipping in some damage here. Good hold. And the grunt from whatever that was, maybe a mountain gorilla, just confirms that this engagement is indeed over. Large-sized army, but it's gonna be pushing into a lot of Teslas. Yikes. Yeah, nice to see more flamers indeed. Chat is absolutely on the money this time around. That's not a sentence you'll hear from me every day. Kappa. Alright. Tesla Quills being dispatched off with relative ease. I think the defenses are spread out so much that it would benefit Sensi to pick them off one by one, but you have to have the intel, and he does not have a base push. He does not have an airfield out as of yet. He does not have tier 2 in fact. It's gonna be a super late radar. V2s? Oh, he can't commit into this anymore. No. Waited too long. The forces are too concentrated. I think the best move would be going north, sniping the radar and the refinery, while defending your base with essentially just field defenses. There's gonna be a base push. Alrighty. We are cooking with flamer fuel. Whatever the hell it is that they are liable to cook with. MCV is going down. Yep. That's no more base production here. Main base dead, but counter aggression. The assault command coming out. No flamers. Almost no flamers here. There is 1 or 2. Nice. He retargets. There's a lot of yaks coming away. I really like what he's been doing here. Wow. Really good AoE fire though as well. But I really like what Sensi has been doing here. He retargeted with almost all of his infantry except with the flamers, and the flamers were able to burst down the war factory in a matter of 2 seconds. Burn it to cinders. Counter push. Oh, that's gonna be met with a lot of heavies. The heavies are gonna be the meat shield that we deserve right now, and that's gonna spell the retreat of the V2 launchers. On the chase, there's gonna be a lot of losses as well. Yep. There are no breaks here. Oh, MCV undeploying. Is it gonna get killed off? Oh, barely not. But the entire army is melting. Donb is losing so much for this. Yep, that's right. Now this would be the time to snipe the radar. On the other side as well. Ooh, Flame Tower getting the kill on a heavy. This is in line of sight. This is dangerous. The longer he keeps this sitting here. Oh, spy plane coming in. Lucky break. This V2 shot was not too damaging. What about this one? Overshooting it a little. It's always so hard to gauge whether your opponent is going to advance with their units or not. Nice hit and run though, and this V2, Veteran C3, definitely paying for itself 3 times over. Well played. but he's gonna lose the Conyard for it. Still a sizable army. Man, so many yucks being lost. This is a pure heavy tank army at this point. Oh my lord. There ain't no more infantry in this blob. He's chasing to the end of the earth. This, by the way, would be a smart move to just recall all of your tanks, patch them up. Takes just 1 or 2 minutes, takes them off the field, but that's so much value. This represents like 8k. This is an 8k army. Harvesters from Sensi going down here. I mean, the eco is starting to dry up on both ends. Huh. Left-hand side. He still hasn't claimed his gem mine. Someone should certainly be doing that. Yeah, Donb is losing a lot of real estate. There ain't much left here. Ain't much left to defend in the motherland. Some infantry corpses. Scorch. Infantry brûlée. Oui, oui. Très bon. Is that a fake? Oh, no, that's not a faulty rally point. That was just some attempt at harvester harassment. Sensi's oblivious for now. Donb splitting off his tanks and putting them into locations where it can be a thorn in the side of Donb. Of Sensi. That's really smart. Okay, we're actually gonna... Oh, this is an empty APC, by the way. We're actually gonna have to check the tab now. The assets are 49k for Sensi and 39k for Donb. Yeah, Donb has his work cut out for him, plus his bank is starting to dry up. Harvesters are still okay on both sides, and I've seen a tech building being produced by Sensi. He is going for mobile flags now. Good call, as long as you mix in 1 or 2 heavies every rotation. No. Donb is MCV just venturing forth and being pummeled by an infantry. This would be a good cleanup. Very nice. Dispatching of an army is Donb. That would have been a thorn in his side. But there is still a base. The Radadome. We've seen those Radadomes being built in such vulnerable locations by both players. It's like, yeah, a little gambit. I'm gonna play it risky if you're gonna play it risky. Deal? Again, the oil derricks have revealed the harvester movement, so that's kind of an interesting one. Heavy tanks being dealt with, but this one has killed a harvester. What about the one in the north? No. One in the north is golden. Oh, the tank escapes. Where's he gonna go to? He can actually kill the Wilderic, so that's not the worst thing in the world. And it's certainly gonna be faster than the APC on the other side. Alright, let's do a race, shall we? Nope, tank decides to split off. And just uselessly clutter the scenery here. Bring down the frames. Oh no. Is that the Radadome down? Is he gonna overcommit for the Radadome is the question. Flame Tower. Oh, really good point blank shot. V2 doing a number. Dishing out some AoE. Ultimately being pushed back, and the radar has been retained. Good one, good one. In the middle we still have a forward outpost, but he's building flak trucks from there. This is so difficult to play. Okay, those guys are just shooting at the derrick. Boom. One of the rifles gets sacked. The harvesters from Sensi are being pulled off the line, so really good harvester movement there. I've got to say, both players haven't lost many harvesters willy-nilly. They both have certainly kept tabs on their econ. But if you look at the real estate, it's just... Sensi doesn't have much of the map left. He's got a decent bank still. By decent bank, I mean 4k. It ain't too much, but it's honest work, you know? Oh, at this point, I think Donb has just claimed too much of the map. I feel like there is... the potential for a comeback is there, but it's going to be really hard fought. And it's got to be off the back of the V2s, probably. Because his econ is so garbage. He's harvesting from 2 dead mines here, 1 dead mine here. 4... 5... Essentially, 6 ore nodes. That isn't too much. Plus there is an army waiting here, about to clean up this one. Oh, a lot of flak tracks being committed. He's lost another harvester here. Yeah. There is an MCV out. Is this gonna be a base push? Remember that Donb lost his tech, so he doesn't have access to his V2s anymore. Plus, Donb is broke for some reason. I'm not entirely certain how that's possible with 9 harvesters in the derrick. Huh, this harvester got sniped as well. How about you, Mr. APC? He actually has hosed this down to like 30% already. It's a bit faster than I'd been expecting. The flags are back. Flags can be so obnoxious. Of course, you lose them fairly easily. But the issue is that they have such high range. It's so hard to keep outside of their range. Ooh, second V2 being added, yeah. Don needs to use his tech advantage. Oh, wait, he also has a radar dome now. Okay, he has built the forward radar dome here. And this one is quite well placed because it allows for intel. Let's check into... I mean, it is, again, a risky one. The War Factory, that's the only one, isn't it? Yep. That's Donb's only War Factory. Okay, this game is not over just yet. He has singled out one V2, but the other one... And that's the tech down as well. Yep. Unano has not spotted the secret covert radar dome. By the way, easy recapture on an oil derrick. This is so much income over the course of a game. This is something that is not to be underestimated. Harvester down. Man, that's an action-packed multi-prong game. Plus some fairly decent tech usage as well. Oh, the flamers. Here it's their time to shine. Just AoE denying, scorchinating. Yeah, well, if you don't have any Yaks to scout with, then just send a heavy tank in. They're armored enough to withstand a couple rockets here and there. Good micro from Sensi as well. Oh, he's firing from outside of range, isn't he? Oh, not quite. Man, that's the heavy melting. Ultimately though, even though the AoE has been good, better concave for Donb plus infantry advantage. I really gotta say that Sensi has been playing this smart. Heavy tanks are here to ward off flags. Pretty good hustle. Spy plane is coming in. And just seeing that there's nothing much left in the way of defenses. On this side, we're also seeing a push onto... Man, I've got to say, both players have kept up on the harvester aggression. They're both on a vendetta against harvesters here. Committing again... Oh, the second harvester just ducks into the infantry lines. That's so lucky because sometimes your own infantry are tangling up the path. Not this time. V2's definitely doing a great job. They have certainly helped keep Sensi in the game. Man, it's hard to talk in English after you've talked in German for an entire day. Yeah, the semester is almost about to start again. So, weird thing is, I'm gonna have a more consistent schedule despite being more under pressure and more under duress than ever before, because I'm taking over 5 new classes in a new school and having to find my way through the administrative hurdles as well. Which, if you're working in the educational system of insert country, you'll know. I think that's a universal given. Ooh, this harvester got sniped as well. So econ situation not looking good for Sensi. It's on 5. He's broke now. Yeah, the assets are still in his favor. The army graph has just been a wild ride overall. That's just been swings, hits, and misses all over the board. This is a very compact infantry formation, but I think it's gonna be fairly easy to break up regardless. V2's certainly still keeping him in the game. Oh no. Oh, Sensi, your V2's. Ah, that's a dead MCV. Man, that was so clutch. Those mobile flags over the woods, shooting over those tall trees and into the heart of the army. 1v2 is still alive. Definitely good V2 play for both. Oh, flamers have prone, so I think the approach has been slowed for long enough to stall. So the rocket launcher can take a few more targeted shots here. Really good force fire as well. Yep. He's actually holding, despite the smaller army. That was really impressive. Gotta say, my man. That was a well-timed and impressive hold. I'm not sure if he can go on the chase because his infantry count is so low and his front lines are starting to crumble a little. Just a little harvester pack is going on the scavenger hunt. Whew, this is certainly a game. Definitely way more intense than anticipated. If you just read the player names, they're like, those players haven't played in tournaments in the past half a decade. So, Donb has played here and there. Even in competitive events, I remember his name popping up once or twice. MCV skedaddling. So the entire army has been reset. Army count has been reset on both sides so many times over. More flamers, more rockets. I love what he's doing. Sensi not giving up, despite his real estate disadvantage. My lord, look at this wall of flame. Well, that's always the issue. If you build this wall of flame or just a wall of field defenses in general, yeah, your opponent can just go the other way. That is certainly a drawback of this type of build. If you go super defensive, I know people love doing this. Ooh, 2 harvesters being sniped. People love doing this, especially. So many RTS players are accustomed to playing against the AI only. And the AI attacks in predictable ways and in predictable vectors in most games. It certainly doesn't OpenRA. If you're unaware, just a little life hack, if you want to win against OpenRA's AI, not only do they attack in predictable waves, they attack once their army has reached a certain wave mass, basically. But also, they're always trying to target the first unit they see, and they keep the lock on that target. So if you take a fast unit like a ranger and basically prime the enemy army onto your ranger, then send it away, then all their army are just going to be chasing for that ranger. So you can exploit the AI in a big way. Just a little life hack. Sensi's ore truck still being pulled off the lines here. Yeah, so many players, back to my original point, so many players are trying to basically play the way they would play against the AI. So they build a metric ton of field defenses. They basically play tower defense, watching your opponent's forces clash against your wall of flame or whatever. Yeah, a human opponent is gonna be like, nah doc, I ain't taking the bait. Unfortunately, a pendant to the deep blue, as it is in chess, has not been invented for OpenRA just yet. So, yeah, as it stands for now, the AI of OpenRA is still inferior to human players. Man, he's found so many snipes. Sensi definitely has a game sense. Oh, is he gonna find the MCV as well, almost immediately? Yep, he's certainly going for it. Tesla coil immediately being bopped. Killed like 2 rifle infantry. And the Flamers have certainly been the MVPs in this game. Flamers and V2s. That is the way I enjoy my OpenRA. Man, Donb is struggling. He could actually be rolling over this base, but he doesn't have intel. So he decides against it. Backed off, huh? Oh no, the Harvester fleet. Is this gonna be building up to this one big engagement? Certainly looking like it. Oh my goodness, the Flamers. The MCV just got melted into the ground within a matter of like 20 frames. But now comes the real test. The infantry army being the charge being led by a harvester, stray harvester here. Yeah, smart move. Disengaging is Sensi. Just biding his time, concentrating his forces on the other side of the map. By the way, this is an absolute oversight, not going for the bridge repair and the gems. Oh, wide concave. There is nothing much left, my goodness. This was almost an immediate wipe for the entire infantry forces of Sensi. I almost missed this on camera. This was blink and they're gone. Ooh. Yeah, the way this happened was just... there was so much expensive infantry in there and not many rifles. Just lots of rockets, lots of flamers. And they get rolled over by cheap rifles real quick. As evidenced in this engagement. There's a third MCV that has been procured by Sensi. It's technically the fourth because it's the last one already, but... yeah, who are we? Wait, there is an engineer. Buddy. Use your wrench. Do something with your engineering degree. Oh no! Sacking everything, sacrificing everything to the Tesla gods. Oh no, not like this! This is so expensive. Oh, and now he's hard committing into the MCV. That's not a good call at all. Oh, power down. Wait, how did that happen? Oh, the V2 has killed an advanced power plant. That's how. Forensic casting 101. Ore refinery is probably gonna be held. Yep. Too many rifles. Too many rifles in this army. So for now, Donb is still mining here, but he's gonna be facing off against a base push situation again. Ah, the army from Donb has managed to sneak its way into the power lines. Of all things, it's the power lines. My lord. This is a back and forth game. 57k over 38k though, so Donb definitely in the back foot now. We've said this before in this game. I mean, I don't know how long this is gonna last. Still going strong. I would actually be selling off the Wall of Flame. Certainly not a viable investment. Okay, he's just checking for random stray expansions, but this one is unclaimed. So the Paradrop definitely fulfilling its purpose. Acting as a little outpost, a little stationary scouting troop. V2 leading the charge. This one is on Vet 4. This may become elite in within a given time frame. I would love to see an elite V2. There is not the luxury for Donb to go for tech and or going for flag trucks yet again. He's got a massive army out though, so this is definitely going to be crushing all of those expansion dreams of Sensi. Yeah, Sensi is just building his econ. He certainly needs to. Oh, the parabombs. This is going to be a sick vector. Wait, it's a change parabombs. That's still going to be good. Oh my. Okay. Ever since the parabomb change, this has been the best bombing round I've seen in 2022. For sure. Hands down. This has been the strongest I've seen the nerfed parabombs perform. Almost. The Elite V2 trying to find an angle. Trying to bait them in here. But it's also really smart what Donb is doing. He's just sending out singular rifles to try and get an angle here. Really good micro. Oh, taking a pot shot. Oh no, a bit too late. No. Just as I jinxed it. Caster's Curse. Yeah, that was the... There goes the dream of the Elite V2. Tesla coil being parked right on the ore. Hell yeah. That's a good one. Man, this is a dynamic game, and it still isn't over, by the way. I still can't really call it, despite Sensi certainly having the upper hand. The assets, I mean, it's starting to... They're starting to dwindle for Donb. Still has a scary army out, though. Man, if Donb manages to reverse sweep from here, I would actually be stoked about that. Giving Donb his credit as a competitive player. But it's starting to look increasingly like Sensi is going to be able to press his advantage. Oh, good crash! Yes! Certainly a good crash. It's usually not how you want your first yak to be announced, but it's been a good one regardless. It's been certainly worth it. Yeah, wow. Definitely a way higher octane game than anyone would have been expecting. As it stands now, this is just a victory lap for Sensi, who has fought valiantly. And it's not a Smurf account as far as I can tell. So, maybe a little competitive action from players that have just been underrepresented. Donb still has got an army left in him, left in the tank. Can do a good number onto the main base. Yeah. Killing off a refinery, certainly not bad. Sneaking up from the north with another expansion is Sensi. And this time there's a Tesla coil to Celio the Delio. It's gonna be a tough sell. Very tough hold here. Yeah. Harvester's soaking up so much damage, even inadvertently. I feel like that was not even intended. It's just the way the pathing decided to work out here. Donb pulling all his forces back, trying to contest he can actually steamroll this base. And he's doing a good job not overcommitting into the enemy base yet again. Playing it smart. Just pulling your opponent apart. Being where your opponent isn't. It's kind of the Sun Tzu special. You know, the art of war type of stuff. If you concentrate your forces into one spot too much, you become blind to where the others, where your opponent may strike otherwise. And that's certainly not the original quote, but it's definitely the gist of it. And pulling it from both sides, that is probably gonna be an expansion wipe, and maybe this game is gonna be continuing after all. That is a complete assault move. Everything is going haywire here. MCV is probably not gonna be able to... No way! It's escaping. That's so big. That is massive. Okay. Donb has realized this and has smartly split off a heavy tank. Just chase the MCV down. Good call, good call. He still has an army. Donb still has a recycling fleet. Some dump trucks. Trying to find a way around a massive army. What about the MCV? Oh my goodness, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back with another Tesla push. This is such an awkward position. Donb still has his main base, but he's basically surrounded by bases from Sensi. Ah! Locust swatted. Damn! Alright, MCV is being pulled off the line. The other MCV is still out, producing more and more infantry. Sensi has played this well. Donb has sold his hide very dearly, but I think the curtain is about to fall. Because this is a heavy tank density that you cannot contest anymore. That's just, at some point it doesn't matter anymore how much infantry you have. I mean, they're tangling up the wreckages, but and he has certainly not traded favorably, Sensi that is, but ultimately manages to clean the entire army up. Yeah, GG. Very, very good game. And I've got the bug again, so enjoy the corner of the map. Hands off the keyboard. All right, that was an awesome game. Thank you to Blacken for sending me this with those jolly scenes. It's so annoying. All right, yeah, this was an insane game start to finish, and such perseverance. Great to have Donb back on cast again after like 5 years, and also great to see some new competitive faces. Next week is going to be some more TDGL because that's just gonna be liable to produce a lot of awesome replays. Also, my new PC is probably going to be arriving. Yeah, I mean, I still have the video to upload and then to place my order, but I've definitely saved up enough at this point to procure one such PC that is able to, yeah, get this, render SP in 25 FPS. Let's be real. No, it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be purchasing a high-end model. So it's hopefully going to be able to display 2v2s and control the Mars rover or whatever. It's I'm basically going to be plugging in right into the CERN network. Yeah, that's been awesome. Thank you. More content to come and more hardware upgrades as well. I am stoked for the future of my equipment. Let's put it that way. And for OpenRA as well, because I think a new release is relatively close, but I'm not, don't want to promise it, overpromise here. And also, RHL Season 13 is about, or the registration phase is about to commence in a week or so. So if you've got the competitive itch, certainly you should be looking into this. I'm going to be looking into this, and a PSA. I've read that they are planning on incorporating your ladder elo as well into determining your position in the league. So brush up on your ladder skills. auraladder.net is the community-led ladder, and if you play games on those official servers, they're going to automatically be recorded, and your elo is going to be tracked accordingly. So yeah, it's going to be good times for competitive OpenRA. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with some more TDGL 5 Aces. Out.
Battle control terminated.